Good afternoon. It is November 16th, 2023, and today we just had a range day. Breaks out to the high side, then to the low side, which often happens kind of like those people, trapeze artists on the rope, the tightrope. You know, when they go too much to one side, they have to compensate by going to the other side. The market is very similar to that. But it looks like we closed pretty high, had a little rally. So not sure what that was about, but let's take a look at the price action. I believe we had another news item today at 5:30. Yeah. So right here. I don't think you want to sell this. Is that right at 5 o'clock? Second entry. You're going into these lows. I don't think you want to sell it. And you do get a lower high here, but that looks like overlap. And then the news item comes and we rock it up to the highs. And then we get a sell-off. And I was thinking about marking this one right at the highs, but I think you just got to sit and wait. Yeah, I think you got to sit that one out. So we get a sell-off just before market open, and then the market opens and we go kind of sideways. Before you get, really you get a double test right there. I mean, maybe you take that back to the EMA or something. But then we go higher. And that's when we get that breakout. So the breakout fails, you get a lower high here, and then you get you could look at this as a double top. First entry, failed second entry. It also looks like a two-legged pullback. You're selling high, so you have a good risk reward. I think this is worth considering. And then you get another two-legged pullback before we have a sell-off. But you know, you have a strong leg up and then you make a higher high, so I don't think you want to go short there. And we sell off and you get a second entry here, but you're just in no man's land. You're right at the midline of the range. I think you got to sit that one out, but I'll mark it because it's a second entry. And then we get a bounce here, so that tells me that this is probably a trend line, even though we had an overshoot there. And you can see we get some sideways stuff and it pulls back and you get a second entry off that trend line again and it goes lower. So if you see all that, maybe you take that. Not a great setup anyway because there's a lot of congestion. We come down here and you get a first entry, failed second entry. At just tested the breakout 2 times, so maybe you consider that. It also looks like a second entry short. But it had the feel of a range day, so you got to be careful. And then it reverses. So this higher low, you know, it's worth considering, but I'm not going to mark it just because it's only a higher low. And we get this spike in channel, and you know, some people might have just had it drawn like this. Either way, looks like it works. You get a break and a move to a new high. And come down here, you get a first entry, second entry, and it looks like it's an outside bar. They probably trapped those people coming in too early. So you got an outside bar, and then this one doesn't tick higher, but it's a nice bearish bar. Maybe you consider that, but that's just tough because you're right in the middle of the range. It's really not an easy trade to take. You don't know where prices are going. This one looks pretty good. Technically it's a failure, but it's just you're buying into these or selling into these lows. But it does go lower, find support at the overnight lows. You get this failed second entry short, but it's on the wrong side of the EMA. And then we get this trend. And I don't see anything in here really. This is a failure, but it's a second entry long, but it's so congested. I think you're taking a big risk there. And so just not really a great day for scalping, unfortunately. So that's how I saw it. I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.